Day 579 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1078, occurrences after Bigram. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Given two strings, first and second, consider occurrences in some text of the form first, second, third, where second comes immediately after first and third comes immediately after second. Return an array of all the words third for each occurrences of first and second, third. All right, y'all, so that may seem a little bit confusing. So let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example one, we have our input text equals a string. Alice is a good girl. She is a good student. First equals A, second equals good. The output is girl and student. So why is the output an array of strings girl and student? That is because if we look at the input, first is A, so we have A, and then second is good. So good. We're looking for every word after that comes after A, good, right? So right here we have A, good, then we have girl. So boom, we put girl right here. Then we have A, good again right here, a good student. Boom, so we put student right here, right? So since girl is the third word after a good right here, right? So A is first word, good is second word, and girl is third word. We're going to put girl right here. And similarly, since A is first word here, good is second word here, and student is the third word here, we're going to put student, right? So we're just returning an array of strings of the words that come after a good. So every time we see a good, we are going to return the word that comes after it. So in this case, it's girl and student. So that's why our output is an array of strings, girl and student. So just in case that didn't make sense to y'all, let's take a look at example two. In example two, the text string equals, or the text equals a string, we will rock you. First word, or first is we, second is will. So the output is we and rock. So it says right here, so we have we will. So we have the rock right here. Boom. So that's where the rock comes from. Oh, and then this we, sorry, skip one. Well, the we comes from right here. So we have we will right here. And then after we will, we have we. So we put the we right here. Boom. Then we have we will again. And after the will comes rock. So we put rock right here. So we have we is the first word, will is the second word, we is the third word. So we put we, and then once again, we is the first word, will is the second word, rock is the third word. So we put rock right here. And that's how we got our output of an array of strings, we and rock. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution is not that difficult at all. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to split the text into words, right? Because right now, this is one string, right? So we need to break this string up into words. So to do that, we're going to say let words equal text dot split, open up the parentheses, we're going to say separator, colon, string, a blank string, put the space in between, right? So that lets us know every time we see, and when we're going through text, we're going to split text up. We're going to split it up every time we see a space, right? And that space represents a new word. So every time we see a space, that means we're going to see a new word. And that's how we are going to break text up like that, by using this split right here. Boom. Then we're going to map them by saying dot map, open up the brackets, and we're going to say string, open up the parentheses, $0. Boom. Then we need to initialize our result array by coming right here. We can declare a variable called result. We can say colon, that's going to be an array of strings, because as you can see, our output is an array of strings. Sorry, y'all. So that's what our result is going to be, an array of strings. Then we can initialize it with a blank array like that. Boom. Now we're going to iterate through the words array. So we're going to say for I in 0 ... less than, open up the parentheses, words.count minus 2. Then we're going to come outside of that. We're going to open up the brackets. And we're going to check if the current and the next word match first and second. So we're going to say if words square bracket I equals first and two and signs, words square bracket I plus 1, come outside of that, equals second. Sorry y'all. Then we know we found our first and second, and now we need to find the third. So we're going to add the next word to the result array. So we're just going to say result.append, open up the parentheses, and pass in words square bracket I plus 2. Boom, because that'll be the third word. I will be the first word, I plus 1 will be the second word, and I plus 2 will be the third word. Boom. Then we could just come right here after appending that third word to the result. We could just come right here, and all we have to do is say return result. Boom, y'all. That should be all she wrote. Let's give it a run. Make sure it runs properly before we submit it. It's accepted, so let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted. And look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'd like to see, y'all. So, with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.